And I think we may finally be ready to start this thing. I do apologize. My computer seems to be a late riser, and everything has taken twice as long as it needs to today. I don't know why my game capture window is blank. Come on, this shouldn't be this difficult. Okay. Now that we have just a few frames, though controls are not yet responsive, we are now returning to Minecraft 1.16.5 Pain, where our immediate goal is to find some diamonds so we can bind our avian saddle. So that can stay there. And that is the way of it. It is diamond hunting time. More hell monsters in the hell portal. That is apparently never going to stop. Just every time I go by that portal, there's going to be new problems. Chickens were recently bred, so not going to be able to make any more. And here we are back in the deepening depths to carve up some more stone and listen to more angry chupacabra. Which is probably the same chupacabra that it just never despawned. Oh. Lead. Not my priority right now, but it's a start. Yep, I need to block this off. Let me just cut this whole lava thing off so I don't have to worry about any more fire imps diving down on me. And back to it. I said it's gotta be diamond time, so it's gotta be diamond time. Not silver time. Oh, that's way too big to have in my offhand at all times. I could handle the offhand torch, but an offhand sigil just takes up too much screen space. Oh, Iron in the bedrock level. I definitely heard more than one break there. Which means there's loose iron somewhere down here. But I don't think I can reach it. And it may have just fallen into the void. Yeah, much like astral sorcery crystals sometimes, that iron is just gone. Inaccessible. There's some more, though. Hope is not lost. Lag spike. Because of course there was a lag spike. And another one. Hello? All I'm doing is mining. There is no call for this kind of lag. I'm not here for this lead, but, you know, the lead is here, so... Hello. More of those guys. We are still, of course, playing Lycanite's mobs, where everything tries to kill you. What the? Well, we appear to be in a slime chunk. Slimes have always been interesting creatures, in that they simply don't care about light level. Fortunately, they're vanilla and not Lycanite, so they are basically not a threat. Oh! But they are if that happens. Alright then, there's that taken care of. Now I can collect my gold from the Geonock incident a moment ago. And put some of this junk material in my back pocket. Yes, I see you there. I'm just waiting for the sales pitch. I don't mean to be rude, but I've seen certain patterns in opening messages and what they usually lead to. Where are these diamonds? This is PC. All Java all the time, because that is where the modding scene is. We are currently playing with mods like Blood Magic, Immersive Engineering, Lycanite's Mobs. A whole bunch of mods that are, I wouldn't say difficult, more deliberately designed to be troublesome. Which is why I'm calling this playthrough Minecraft Pain. It's not quite as player hostile as a dedicated like SevTech Ages setup or something like that, but it's still a compilation of a whole bunch of mods that I personally dislike for one reason or another, meant as a showcase of why I don't really care for them. And Lycanite's Mobs is at the top of the list. I do have to give it credit though, because that's the tool. That's the mod that this tool is from. It's made from Lycanite's monster parts, and so far it's the only large mining tool that I have. So it gets the job done at least. I might be too low for diamonds. I think they're more common, slightly higher. Like around 11-ish. But at 11, I don't exactly have a floor. Stone bricks. I must be breaking into that Eidolon lab area. The one that I captured a few days back to turn into an undead crystal farm. Oh, that's a bad noise. There is a Lycanite specter somewhere. Another shining example of why this mod is a pain in the neck. I wouldn't mind thrashing a Spectre right about now, though. Oh, come on, let me through. Alright, where is it? Where is Spectre, friend? We got Chupacabras over there. No sign of this Spectre. My inventory is full anyway, so we need to get back. Rather than going back to the mining shaft, I'll just take my own exit. More hell creatures in the nether portal. Can't get away from them. Okay, I clicked on granite. That should have been gone. Stone bricks. Got a bunch of ores I need to do something with. But first, all that cobblestone needs to go. I still need a void upgrade in this one, so it destroys any excess. Down there all that time, and not a single diamond. As for these ores, many of them stay as is, but the lapis specifically is a fortune type ore. So I'll just go ahead and maximize that. And we're ready to go back down and explore the lower levels in further futility. Diamonds must happen, or I'm not going to get anywhere. I guess this complex is why I didn't want to mine at this height. Because I knew that was there. Let me just break this back up, because certain Lycanite mobs like spawning in those tunnels. Speaking of Lycanite mobs, there's another Geonock. Lycanite mobs, where everything kills you. Still the reason why it's the star and showcase mod of this Pain set. Pretty much the only thing that's perfectly safe to do in Lycanite's mobs is to mine stone. Just stone. Ores kill you, trees kill you, farming kills you, in at least 2 different ways. But I can quarry all the stone I want. It just doesn't get me anywhere. Yep. Another Geonock, an advanced one at that. In fact, there are 2 of them. At least I have armor that doesn't care about them. Mildly enchanted iron-class armor. Makes these Geonocks largely a non-issue. Just a surprise. And an unpleasant one. There we go. Diamonds at last. Carve out the space around them so we know what we're dealing with. And get my fortune pickaxe to maximize the yield. Which I think is the first time I've been able to do this. Four, 5, 6. No Geonocks. We just turned 6 into 12. Off of Fortune 3, that's not exactly impressive. But I think that is enough for my immediate needs. Me chickens is all growed up. Right this way, lads. I require additional chicken. And you in there. I still don't know what happened to the rest of you. There were like 4 of them, and I was trying to increase that number. Alright, chicken boys, now for the other thing this farm exists for. That was a weird noise. Could you guys not pack in among the cows? I want to execute just single chickens at a time. I think that's enough. For now. Got another Geonox spear. Which doesn't do me a whole lot of good. Get lost, hell beasties. Oh, there's like 5 of them in here. And that was Exhibit A for why we aren't ready to go to the Nether. I'm not even ready to look at another portal without losing most of my health. We've got iron, lead. Is that it for ore for that trip? More eggs and chicken. 12 raw chicken. It's enough for 2 batches of avian treats. I still need more chicken. Because what I have was proven to not be enough to fully tame a, what the heck was it? A rock. I already have a spear, I think, at a raised level. I don't know why I don't see it. Or did I decide not to Geonox spear? Now let's just put it away. Stone. 2, 3, 4. I didn't put the stone away. I tried. This chest is full. Well, then, wait a sec. Okay, that's bricks and mossy bricks. Well, and the spare stone goes in here, obviously. have my soul stone for binding the rock once we tame it. I can't read that name tag. There's definitely some kind of advanced monster down there. I'll have a word with my dark patron here. Nothing gained, but that's fine. Mostly what I need right now is more chicken. But I could also stand to fix this thing up. Repaired with bones. Okay. I don't see anything going on out here immediately. It may even be dawn. Not that I can tell, because all the trees are in the way. I don't think it's dawn. So I don't know what time it is. Oh. Oh, that's what happened. We just had an astral sorcery eclipse. So if I ever make any progress in the astral sorcery department, well, Orologium is going to be another week and a half away. Or another Minecraft month away, rather. Ooh, that's an alpha maca. Let's just not mess with him. I guess while waiting for my chickens to, chicken, there are some other tasks I can do. Such as, I kept complaining about not having a specific Botania thing. And the only way to solve that is to actually have it. Botania is going to need a little bit more space. It is a mod that demands an unusual amount of room. And while it can be done in a more compact way, it's really not advised. So the first thing Botania needs, before it can go anywhere, is a space to perform pure daisy transmutation. I like to do that in a pit. I don't actually know why. It's just a bizarre preference that I can't fully explain. The pure daisies themselves get a dirt block to be placed on, and then every adjacent block clear and ready. This is going to be another job for stone. The other thing we're going to need is a bucket and seeds and some white petals. It all begins here with pure daisy. It purifies wood and stone into living wood and living rock. You can get twigs from the wood. That is, by the way, 2 logs for 1 stick. It also purifies netherrack into cobble, soul sand into sand, ice into packed ice, and water into snow. Which is interesting, but not always useful. And this is the recipe. 4 white petals in the apothecary. It doesn't tell you the entire recipe, because there's certain facts about every recipe. Like, there's the 4 petals. Nothing's happening. That's because it needs a seed to finalize it. I'm going to refill this with water, re-input the same recipe, seed. Plant those pure daisies. And while I could get started with living rock right away, it's much less important than having a big supply of living wood. And this is where our destruction of the fir forest is going to come in. How did you get up there? There are ways to automate this. It's not very expensive or difficult, but it does require some higher tier things. There we are. Horn of the Wild. That's the one I need. Horn of the Wild is the item I alluded to the other day, where you sound the horn and it breaks. Oh boy, that's some noise. As I was saying, Horn of the Wild is what breaks, come on brain, function, is what breaks grass and plants and crops in a radius around you. It's a fairly potent item. Oh, rock are dropping creepers again. Botania always needs a horrendous amount of living wood. There is no such thing as too much. I also come to think of it, do need living rock as well. And some grass, but I can't do the grass thing yet. Setting aside Botania for a second, we also got access to tainted gold in Nature's Aura and didn't do a thing with that. See, now we have access to some other things here. Offshoot Observer. When a slime splits, it creates aura in the junk. Not exactly an impressive way to make aura, because that would require you to be in a slime chunk and have that slime chunk be the source of your aura. Disentangler of Mortals. Killing any passive animal causes the animal's soul to be freed and creates a bunch of aura. Baby animals are worth less. Older animals are worth more. Souls that are most fulfilled are 1.5 hours old. And it skips their drops. And don't kill them too fast or it doesn't drop the remains and things. So this one has potential. I could grab some of my older cows and produce some aura this way. And this would work in the overworld and the nether. Not too expensive either. The major thing here is going to be the Token of Sorrow, which requires gas tears. Well, if I had those... Nope. Instaban. Well, if I had gas tears, I wouldn't be looking around for a bird that I could use as a flying mount. So the Disentangler is right out. Shooting Mark. This one can be powerful. Requires 2 tokens of anger. The way this works is, I could read this, but basically you shoot a projectile at it. And then the face that you need to shoot at changes. There's an order to it, and I believe it's clockwise. And this produces aura. You just kind of bombard the thing on a timer. Token of anger. I could do that. Might help to make some extras while I'm at it. So it's Ghosts, Gunpowder, Magma. Blaze Powder, Ender Pearl, Gold Leaf. And for the Blaze Powder, I could break it by hand into 2, or I could crusher it for 4. The Natural Altar can also get 4 if I have a Crumbling Catalyst, but that costs aura. And High Level Starlight would also give us 4. So these are just going to go into the crusher. I could use a blaze powder stock anyway. As for the sulfur, I guess it goes into cutting fluid and gunpowder. And also will catalysts. How am I supposed to get sulfur? I'll worry about that another time. And then an oak sapling. And of course, the bone meal to grow that sapling. We are ready to make some tokens of anger. And this will get us a shooting mark that we can use. Oh, hello. Go away. As I was saying, this will get us a shooting mark that we can use to replenish the aura over there by our magic altar that's having trouble. I'm not ready yet, because I forgot the last thing. I always forget this. Which is why I usually make a machine to take care of this part for me. The powder. There. Now we're ready. Can't study the Very. She's too high. Come here, you. 900. Now I have my tokens of anger. But we're actually going to put this project on hold for a moment. Because first, none of these. There, the imperceptible builder. So I need the builder itself, a block that contains the items to be placed, an item frame, and an example of the block. Hopper dispenser infused iron. Barrels do exist. Also, gunpowder barrels are apparently a thing. I don't remember being told about that. How do they differ? Oh well, need a barrel and a chest. Five iron to make the hopper. 1 iron to make this. And I still need the dispenser. Which is redstone and a bow. Honestly surprised I don't have a bunch of spare bows kicking around. That usually happens by now. Skeletons are just full of things. Now we turn this iron green. I should probably move that altar, actually, to be closer to this setup, because this is where I'm going to be producing more aura. We make the builder. And the item frame for calibration. And the last piece here to remember what the block I used for the powder border is. Polished andesite. So the builder goes here with its calibration item frame, a single block of polished andesite. The barrel goes on top of it. Just for aesthetic reasons, I want that to be a vertical barrel, not a horizontal one. Put the powder in here. And that's it. The imperceptible builder will now place the powder on top of the andesite. And I no longer have to forget bringing it. I just have to keep that barrel full. So that was just a little detour so I don't drive myself crazy trying to do Nature's Aura stuff and constantly forget things I need to be doing to make Nature's Aura stuff happen. for my next trick, we'll actually complete this this shooting mark. I could stand up a swamp homie too if I have any tokens of joy kicking around. I do. And there's even a fear in there still. So the swamp homie is just 4 mossy cobble and 4 infused iron. Well, that's what all this mossy stuff is for. And also vines can be used to create moss on stone brick. And cobble. So I have another use for my vines. I still need 4 more green iron. Unless the shooting mark needs more. It doesn't. It needs infused rock, though. So I have some infusions to take care of. The available aura in this chunk is going to continue to go down before it goes up. The good news is, I did read in the book, in passing, that the natural altar can only bring the aura of the chunk to 0. Problems don't start until it starts going negative. Okay, there's our swamp homie. We can start turning this cobblestones, this mossy stuff, into aura. As for the shooting mark, flint and feathers. Wait, there's something I'm still missing, I think. Yep, compasses. There we go. Compass, rock, gold, anger, flint, feathers. I got those backwards. Shooting marks. Now the shooting mark, by itself, if I were to manage this thing manually, I would lose my mind. Because it involves just running in a circle and shooting at the stupid thing again and again and again. This can be automated. Each shooting mark can take 4 dispensers, redstone laid out in a ring, and I can just automatically shoot as I need to. It's a little bit of work, but it's nothing compared to the amount of work of managing this thing completely by hand. The other issue is keeping it fed with ammo. Snowballs aren't worth much. Arrows are okay, but, you know, arrows can be costly. at least in the sheer bulk that I'm going to need them. Flint, stick, and feather for 4. Not a good exchange rate. And then you can technically use ender pearls as well, but that's a terrible idea, because they're the most difficult to come by of all. But whatever we use for ammo, we're going to need dispensers. Dispenser and dispenser and dispenser and dispenser, specifically dispenser. Droppers won't do. And now I think a repeater per, because the shots do need to be delayed a bit. It may actually be 2 repeaters per. Which is honestly fine. We've got the wood, we've got the redstone. It's not a big deal. Oh, okay, I just kind of have slowness. Something just kind of gives me slowness for existing. It's that Mog. Chasing a giant porcupine around. Do I want 8 or do I want 16? Because I could stand the whole repeating thing to be even slower. And the reason this is so expensive is because I'm doing it twice. Okay, that's not the Banshee song. That's some kind of good creature song. Metal ladder made of iron or steel rods. Just metal rods. Terrible idea. Absolutely terrible. Let's just go stick wild. Make some regular ladders. And now, despite the locals getting angry, ow, stupid wolf beast. Okay, so I'm kind of committed to where this one is now, right? I'm going to put my service access right here. Probably not the perfect place for it, but perfect is the enemy of good, so I don't care. Oh boy. Please don't attack me, Copper. Thank you. Okay, this dirt block is our altar. So I'm putting the shooting mark right here. And yes, I did choose a poor place for my ladder. I'll deal with that a little later. I've built this arrangement dozens of times before. So there are two ways to do this. The most obvious one is just like this, and have dispensers facing the block with only a one block air gap between them. That works, but I honestly prefer a 2-block gap, even though that's slightly more expensive on a redstone. I should rather say that I prefer the idea of a 2-block gap, because I never actually built it that way before. So perhaps in the interest of brevity, we will stick with what works. I'm assuming the power has to go clockwise. Let's confirm that. Yes. And each shot produces a small amount of aura immediately. There's no wind-up, there's no delay, there's no worrying about if I can waste some if I go too fast. I'm still going to slow it down, though. And then to set this thing off, I need a lever. last thing I need is ammo. Let me just, for the sake of simplicity, I'll put the swamp homie there. And it can just happily eat the moss off of these blocks. Does that produce a lot? Not really. I guess it mainly allows me to clean up mossy blocks. Oh, that's interesting. It can't reach the top layer. I've never used the swamp homie extensively, so I wasn't sure of its range. So yeah, this is all the mossy blocks I've been hoarding for exactly this purpose, and it's barely made the meter move. I could, of course, use this pickaxe to place moss on some of these blocks, and then have them be consumed as mana, but there's no way I'll make a profit that way. Especially since it's not consuming the moss off the blocks. Yep, I can't do it that way because it only consumes the mossy when the block is placed, not if moss is added to it later. Meaning there is no synergy between the swamp homie and the botanist's pickaxe. But anyway, these experiments are just burning time. I have to get some ammunition so I can produce some mana for real. And then we'll have to do this again. So many of these mods need stone. Yeah, the amount I just consumed to repair my pickaxe is definitely more than I produced by using it. Let's divide our snowballs by 4. It's not a great start, but it's something. And it powers this first. Perfect. When I want to shut it off, I'll just break this redstone. Begin. And again, the aura value is just slowly inching up. All that to do exactly what making another tree could have. We're going to have to use arrows. They'll produce more at a shot. I just don't want to consume my arrow stock. Okay, next task. We do this again in the nether. Hello. Boy, I would really like to tame this thing instead of needing to kill it for my own survival. Hey. 2 in a row, huh? You got any more? Irritating little monsters. I need more food. I think it's time to cook some fish. Alright, who's in the portal room today? Anybody? Of course. I can now summon trites if I wanted to. And back in the portal, we have multiple trites and a Grigori. I really need a way to just murder everything in these portal rooms. And I think that's going to require Botania. And I hate that. Anyway. Now I'm just doing the same thing that I already did. Here's the altar. Which means here's the shooting mark. we're just doing the exact same thing. Except this time, I don't have any ammo on me. At least not to split for this purpose. And the activation lever. I'm actually going to shorten them. Like that. It's a little faster. And now once I get some more spare arrows or something, we can have this one running too and collect more and produce more tainted gold. Alright, now what creatures are waiting for us on the other side of the portal again? Nothing for a change. That's a shock. That's not the box that goes in. Here's redstone. Nether wart goes downstairs. And I want some more of these. I just heard a footstep on wood. Don't know what that was. Just the game being creepy and trying to throw me off my game. It looks like I don't actually need a torch here. I'm going to keep this one placed anyway, because it looks a little dark. Alright, Chicken Nation. Gather around, my chicken army. We need more of you. And simultaneously, less. Alright, 20 more chicken. This might actually be enough. Drop off the eggs, take, multiple of 5 of my chicken. Bones. Oh yeah, the chicken has to be cooked. I knew that. Honestly, this campfire can go. I don't need it anymore. I was using it just to make sure I would have just a way to cook food without burning resources. Okay, how do I get flint out of gravel? Can it be crushed? It can, with a 10% chance to get the gravel. That's not good. I can alchemy to double gravel, or I can botania to transmute gunpowder. That's terrible. I think alchemy table is the good play here. Because rather than a 10% chance, we're guaranteed to just copy it. I like this plan. There's my fish for when the potatoes run out. My blood orb network is full. So this should simply work. This isn't really synergy, but it's something. I'm using the one magic mod as leverage to create mana-producing materials for the next magic mod. It's a little ridiculous. I should also probably be monitoring what this does to my blood network. Goes down by 50 every time. Not a big deal. The orb is basically full, so it doesn't really matter. Now, it's arrow time. Boom. With flint to spare. We also get some avian treats. And these will be used to tame our soon-to-be rock. I'm also splitting these arrows into 3s. And I did that all wrong. Let's try that again, but make sense this time. Actually, no, that worked. What I'm doing here is cutting it in 2/3 on one side and 1/3 on the other side. And the spare one can go up there. This 1/3 is split 4 ways, and will be used to further increase the stock here. The remaining 2/3 are going to the nether. Haha! Rank 2 Nymph Knowledge. It didn't give me the message about being able to summon them, so either they're not summonable or there's more knowledge to be had. Regardless of that, these are going to the nether. Nobody here. Problems here. Down to the service area. 1, 2, 3, 4. This place actually needs some ore now. There. We still have 25 in each. Oh boy. Imps. Got it though. Four imps, and that cheroof golem thing is down there. Ow. That's a Grigori. Good news, I guess. We can summon them now. And now it's time to make a birdie friend. Oh, that sounds like a bat. It is. It's huge. It's not considered an avian. I could totally make a mount out of that, too. If you would just hang tight for a second so I can research what you are. It's a beast? Epion. Yes, tamed with beast treat. I think that's just normal cooked meats. Yeah, basically any cooked meat. Ow. It's got an attack, too. Leave me alone. Where's my house? Here it is. The good news is it followed me all that way. Do I have the spare saddle to do this with? Seriously? No? I'm gonna try it anyway, though. Is there a way I can get the avian off of this saddle? No. And saddles aren't craftable. Maybe purchasable. Maybe I could pick a fight with a Ravager. Hi, did you come to offer me some pearls? I think I'm just making this more complicated than it has to be. Because if I tame this thing, I can't saddle it. It also seems to be gone. Oh well. So much for the better. Back to Plan Bird. How is there not a single rock in the sky? This is ridiculous. The night is normally choked with them. Calipod. What's a calipod? I don't see a calipod. Is it a fish? Oh, no, this is the wrong bird. It's just another Ventoraptor. And a wild ent. I think that's a rock. That's what we need. Right this way, bud. Have some bird treats, and bird treats, and bird treats, and bird treats, and more bird treats. Just keep going on the bird treats. Bingo. Now that we have an understanding, get soul stoned, get saddled, and we are king of the skies. Its health leaves a lot to be desired, though. But it's fast. What the heck is that thing? Hey, you with the horns. A Jabberwock, which my bird grabbed and gut owned. So I guess that's what the horrible elk noise was a few days ago. Damn bird ate almost all of my bird treats. And I have a skull, which is a slot-type head that adds axe slots. And applies weakness. Okay, that's got some potential. Mounts, rock. Oh, he costs a lot of spirit, too. I really want to know if I can level him up, though, by making him aggressive. So we'll just let him come back, and then he can pick on some weaker mobs. Because I kind of need him to get home anyway. Well, actually, no, I don't. We can just use the Ventoraptor to get home. Probably be there faster. There you are. All 10 HP of you. Come on. Murder that cow. You are bad at this. Was that worth XP for you? No. How do I pack XP into a monster? Do I feed it more treats? No. Do I have it pick a fight with other Lycanite mobs? Get him! He looks a little heavy for you. Are you, yeah, fight the thing. You're just a special kind of stupid, aren't you? Okay, here we go. Did that count? Also, no. But I can grab things at will now. And drop them. So in addition to having a high-speed flying mount, I can now also grab and carry mobs at will. Like you. Oh, they're fighting. Oh, he killed it. Shouldn't have grabbed the alpha. There's just alphas everywhere. Hey, bud. Next, I can just hang around and study you for time. Boy, he looks savage, doesn't he? He's got a Thagomizer. After the late Thag Sims. Two more, and we can max out the Maka. What the? Where did you come from? But the important thing is we've done what we set out to do. Although our rock is very flimsy and keeps dying. Could definitely use a sturdier mount, but that's going to have to be a question for another time. It's more important currently that we have a mount at all. I also got this rock head for axes. Aren't these axe type? They are. It's charged with air and or order. Do I have any of that? I'm seeing a whole lot of not that. No. I have no current way to charge the Venturaptor skull. There's also an argument to be made for burning some diamonds to make this a tier 3 equipment forge. That seems like it would be a waste of diamonds. It would certainly cost a lot. Anyway, Nature's Aura, we've made some progress on. Botania, we are almost making some progress on. Things are happening in the preliminary. We're not yet ready to go anywhere with Botania. Those are questions for later. Nature's Aura. Now that we can replenish Aura, what do we do with it now? Offering to the gods. This goes places. We need to make an offering table with some flowers around it. It's actually a very large area. Then place items into the bowl and throw down a spirit of calling. Yeah. Offering table made with tokens of fear and sorrow. And an infused iron. Lots of flowers. You make spirits of calling with diamond, both bottles, both metals. And then you request to trade infused iron for ingots of the skies, or tainted gold, which is worth twice as much. You can also exchange all tokens for stronger emotional tokens. So this offering bowl here is very important. Do I have fear and sorrow ready to go? I have fear. I don't have sorrow because sorrow requires gas tears. So we're stuck there again. Once I can get a steady supply of gas tiers, somehow, everything accelerates. But at the moment, Lycanites is making that difficult. Another thing I need to consider is finally getting into some garden cloches so I can make a diesel generator. I think I'll just pull the power off of that relay when it comes time for it. Can I run 2 cloches, 2 processors, and a diesel generator and a diesel refinery off of a single low voltage wire? I'm not so sure. I'm really not so sure. So let's just not bother with that yet. Okay. Hello, yet another Grigori. One of my eternal recurring problems. There's another one, and it followed me. And I'm taking so many hits before I can even control my character. Welcome to Lycanites, where everything kills you. There are going to be so many more deaths before this is done. Mostly because while the rock is a flying mount, its health is very poor. But I don't have much of a choice. Come on out, buddy. We have guests to hunt. Bingo. Gunpowder. No tears. I knew it couldn't be that easy. What the heck is all this? Flesh from biomes aplenty. Weird hanging tendrils. A big brainy kind of thing. Just kind of suspended there. Not what I'm looking for. Aha! You are. Nope, you missed. 2 tiers. We're in business. We have fire elementals. Belching flame at the locals. This looks suspicious. This little boulder here. But no matter. We ride on, looking for more ghasts. I don't know if there's a biome where ghasts are more likely to spawn, but I'm pretty sure Crimson Forest is a biome where Grigori are more likely to spawn. So I would rather not be here. Of course, it cannot be emphasized enough that we are cruising. All the speed I could ask for. Red flame. Definitely indicative of some kind of special lycanite creature. But I don't see the creature. It wants to produce those flames and then run off. I hear you. Where is that ghast making its crying sounds? There you are. A third tier. More fire elementals, blow and fire. That is another exploding head. We have another bastion. Oh, I hear a ghast. I see a ghast. You missed. Did you drop anything? Yes, just gunpowder. Let me take a moment to see if we've identified any fortresses. There is whatever this is going on here. Oh, that's one of those extremely red lava pockets. We have blackstone bastions all over. But I still don't see any nether brick. We do, however, have one of these things. You should not have grabbed that. You're gonna die. I think it dropped something down there. Let's go get it. Just nether wart. Still, free stuff is free stuff. Hey, bird, you coming? Or are you stuck? It was stuck. Lots of free gold. Not what we're here for, but a welcome bonus. Uh-oh. No. Absolutely not. It just dropped bones and blaze powder. Ooh. A couple of brutes. Whoa! Okay, the cinder things are down. We have a dark Argus. Now that's down. Now before I got chased off by those problems... You know what? I need my axe for this. Uh-oh. Those noises tell me it's time to go. No. And also goodbye. Now what else can I put in my pack? Just to keep it out of my own way. Oh, another ancient debris. Nice. Still need gas tiers though. I still have no idea what it takes to put experience on my bird. It still has none. Yep, wrong button. But I think I did manage to grab the Enderman. I did. Bye. Have fun in the lava. There he is, all on fire and sad. Fire. Fire bad. Don't cook my bird. Heck, don't cook me either. It's down. More special fire way up here. And we have... That's suddenly too much problems. That's an imp and some kind of lizard thing. Red fire. I think it's time to go. And back through. What will kill us on the other side, I wonder? Another trite Grigori pair. Okay, so I can strip these. And then melt them all down. Blackstone brick stairs and cracked polished blackstone. I don't care about those to be destroyed. Which is what the cactus is for. Gilded blackstone. Ooh, alchemizes into nuggets and has no other use. I like that plan. I also need to melt down all this chain. It's not doing anything for me except taking up space. And this apple is in the wrong box. We're up to 2 ancient debris. Which basically I could double or triple if I had the materials. So for now I'm just going to hang on to it, because it is way too rare to use any lesser processing method on it. My netherwort supply is getting out of control. More due to the monsters than actual farming. Okay, gold thing, iron thing, gold thing. Alchemy thing. Our sword is up to 11.5 damage due to stored tartaric energy. Which is pretty nice. Now, gas tiers. I know I need one over here on the blood altar. Which should have enough on here to perform the transmutation. Bingo. The 4th inscription tool. Now it's 4 diamonds and a stick to combine them, which is worth it. I know that may sound like a waste, it really isn't. Because with the inscription tool's base, I think something I call ritual. With the encryption tool's base, I would have to build the ritual set, and then manually right-click every single stone that needs a color. Whereas with the ritual diviner, it will automatically place the stones and they will automatically be the correct color. What else are these for? Incense sticks. Various types of acid. Improved lava. Something I don't have access to. Improved ooze. Improved summoning. So that's a whole lot of nothing. Regeneration potions. Air reagent. This is for a glyph that you can use to yeet yourself through the sky. It provides no protection for landing. So whether or not that's a good idea is up to the user. There's the air reagent. Alchemy flask. Regeneration. Crucible. It makes shadow gems. Rituals. I think this is something to do with an improved sword. Mixer makes more potions. Altar, you can make your own ghast. I don't recommend it, but you could. There's the tokens of sorrow. More brewing, and you can turn them into pearls. So the most important thing I could do with this tier is make tokens of sorrow. Nothing else here was particularly impressive. However, to get there, I'm going to need lots of reinforced slates, and apparently lots of obsidian too, which I wasn't counting on. So it's time to make tier 2 slates in bulk. How many are needed for the ritual in question? I'm trying to get to Edge of the Hidden Realm. 36 runes. Plus 4 to make the Master Stone. So, let's see if I can keep this altar fed sufficient to make 40 of these stones. With my knife, and my pie, and my free hand. Here we go. Wait, the sigil. The offhand sigil. Bidding begins at 40 buckets. But it's going kind of slowly because it's only the first tier runestone. I'll just kind of happily watch the blood amount drain. Now. Oh no. I didn't mean to right-click that. Did not mean to right-click the hopper. I should probably reload that while I'm at it. You know, no sense in having an unloaded crossbow just sit there when I can fix that. And refill. This is it too. This is blood magic. This is the reason the blood magic mod is on my pain list. Because 80% of blood magic content involves staring at this altar and refilling it at the appropriate time. The other option would be doing these stones one at a time, instead of in a single ridiculous batch like this. And that's even worse. That's days. Not even, my 3 to 5 hour stream days. That is 8 to 12-hour days just staring at this and watching the numbers do things. Now we're on stage 2. Twice as much, twice as fast. At least I have peace while I hang out here and do this. If I was trying to do this with a monster sacrifice style setup, this would be a lot more stressful. No matter how comfortably contained the monsters were. Which reminds me, there's another mod that I could have thrown in. That is, if it's available for this version. It's called Ender Zoo. And it's not all that bad on its own, but it turns blood magic into an absolute nightmare, especially when you're doing sacrifice style setups. Reason being, it adds 3 mobs that work in terrible concert with one another. If you have a mob spawner setup, like a cursed earth situation that just spawns random mobs, feeding mobs at a high rate to this altar so you can sacrifice them, because that means that you will get concussion creepers. I believe they're called ender witches. And then, I don't know what they're called, but the Ender Witches come with a special type of cat. And what that looks like is you have just a perfectly normal batch of mobs get delivered to the side of your altar in a little containment zone so you can attack them and they can't see you or fight back. But on the way in, say a skeleton notices you, fires a shot, hits any old mob in that cluster of nonsense, starting an infighting situation. If there is a concussion creeper and an Ender Witch in that mob cluster from Ender Zoo, then you're just dead. Because when a concussion creeper explodes, it doesn't do block damage. Instead, it teleports mobs, including you, a short distance, scrambling your physical positions. In practical terms, this means the small containment area that you have for comfortably slaughtering monsters to feed their blood to the altar, which was previously full of monsters, has now scattered its contents about the entire pyramid of your altar. They are now everywhere. They're also now all angry. And as if that wasn't bad enough, when the Ender Witch becomes aggressive, so do her two cats. Normally, these look like two perfectly ordinary black cats. But when angered, they grow to giant size. I mean, 2 blocks tall and like 4 blocks wide, 4 blocks long. They're big, and they hit like trucks. Iron armor, they don't care. 2 hits. And these Ender Witches can spawn with between 0 and 3 of them. They are considered part of the Ender Witches spawn group. So yeah, Ender Zoo plus blood magic, simply unplayable. Don't even bother with the sacrifice strategy. Now I've been sitting here for several minutes, and this still isn't done. The good news is, this one batch will provide enough ritual stone to do what we need it to do. And I think we're done. I need less than 5,000, and I have over 12,000 on the altar. So, we're good. Except I can't walk away, because when this process finally finishes, I have to take the slates. There. 40 reinforced slates, because I didn't want them to improve to imbued slates. That would not have been good. Alright then, next step. Let's build this portal and go get ourselves killed. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so I need a 7 by 7 space, 5 blocks tall. Which I can just kind of put over here. We'll make a door for it. It might also help if I dig it 1 block lower, I think. Oh, get lost with your GRU warnings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. 4, 5, 6, 7. My big tool is simply too big for the job in a lot of places. There we go. Now I just have to get the dirt out of here, too. Without going overboard. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks high. I am currently 4 blocks high. Alright, that's all the space that we're going to need for this ritual. Now I need the obsidian to make the ritual stones. And to put this away. That's the wrong orb. That orb couldn't have fit anymore. Did I mess up my blood network by using it? No. We're fine and we're full. I need this activation crystal too. But I can't do a thing with any of this right now. Great. There's a named something in my nether portal. Unrelated. We are actually ready to begin doing Botania things. So with this living rock, I can make my first mana pool. And with the ability to mana pool, Botania truly begins. Now I get to worry about other nonsense, like mana generation, mana storage. Basically a host of other assorted problems. Maybe it's high time I just made another chest and separated out Botania from natural aura. Mystical blue. Is anything else mystical and not tall? Mushrooms don't count. I only have 14 colors of 16. Don't know what colors I'm missing. That's a strange noise. Something weird and whispery outside. I hope it stays out there. Another offering. Right. Obsidian. Obsidian means water. And fussing about with being close to lava. And inviting all of that. Hello. Ow. I guess he doesn't want to come down here and give me snowballs. He's just going to be up there and a pain. There's also another one in the trees. Oh, now you're coming. Gotcha. Oh, that one's brought me up. I killed the creeper immediately. No, I didn't. Creeper's in that hole. Get lost, all you annoying monsters. And there's another one here. No. Downbird. Oh boy. Three more rocks and 4 reavers just suddenly spawned. Welcome to Lycanites. Everything kills you. It doesn't even matter that I was out at night. Those reavers would still have been there, and new ones would still have appeared. All I want is to get into my secondary mining area. over there, because I know there are lava pockets. I do not want to deal with any of these stupid reavers. Okay, who's breaking my torches again? Who has broken basically all of my torches while I wasn't paying attention? Well, now I have blood lamps in place, which whatever the beast is, can't touch. Oh yeah, you can't handle it. You can, but I question your efficacy. So it's time to get the diamond one. It's only efficiency 2, so not exactly specialized for this purpose. But it still takes less time than it used to. I'm gonna need like 40 of this. Is there a better way? I think I've already asked this. That doesn't count, because I'm not there. Starlight, I'm not there yet either. A block of blaze rods becomes an obsidian, and then I still have to break the obsidian. So, no. There is not a better way. Unless I had a more powerful mining tool. Which I could, maybe. If I... How did you get through the cap of obsidian? There's a solid wall of obsidian here. How did the imp get through it? Am I going to have to worry about salamanders just appearing from that side room? Because if so, maybe I could study the stupid things. And then get another mount that gives me lava immunity. I thought I saw something in this little crook here. Apparently not, though. The weird thing is, when I move over to that next room, I'm going to be dealing with acid elementals again, once I start blotting out the lava and turning it into obsidian. halfway there. At least the obsidian isn't trying to kill me. So there's a small favor. Being near the obsidian, on the other hand, is trying to kill me. Nobody's come through the water, or through the wall yet. Up to the stone floor. One thing I'm not understanding about the Lycanites thing is you can use a gas tier to make various kinds of oozes. Why would you want to? What is Mog Lava? What does it do? Why do I care? What does it spawn? What's the point of upgrading ooze to rabbit ooze? Basically the same question I have for almost every other decision in this mod. Why? Speaking of why, I meant to place my water bucket there, but scrolled one inventory slot too far. It looks like I'm not going to have to go into the next room after all. And all I really have to do is finish chewing up this cap. There we go. I'm just going to place this as a statement of intent. And now we can get out of here. Do I still have... Yeah, I still have a Mog Lava bucket. Whatever that's for. Let's see what it does on contact with water. Which I think I already found out. Cobblestone. Okay, what if we do it the other way around? Obsidian. So, not not very impressive or interesting or useful. So the point of it must relate to what kind of creatures spawn from it. Either way, I'm glad to have it out of my inventory. The Reavers are still there, still going nuts. Scorch fire. Put that away. We have some stone. We have some coal. And it's time to make the thing. Magician's Orb, Slate, Obsidian. And then 4 of these stones become the Master Stone. The Master Stone goes in the center. And we shift right-click to cycle through all of the rituals until we get to one with the correct name. This one. Now all I have to do is that. Right-click the Master Stone and it automatically places all of them. You used to have to right-click the stone once for each stone that was you used to have to right-click the Master Stone once for each ritual stone that had to be placed. Very glad that it just kind of does the whole shebang at once now. So I can put that away, put this away, take this, check my power level, because it has to be 80,000, remember. Put away the spare obsidian. I wonder if I could do with some more enchantments. Now is certainly the time. Knockback and Sweeping Edge, don't care. Projectile to 3. Unbreaking. Respiration sounds good. Projectile to 4. No. Aqua Affinity, good to have. Unbreaking. Unbreaking. Respiration. Respiration. And I can put nothing else on it. Unbreaking to 3, don't mind if I do, and I'm out of levels. Still, it's excellent to be able to completely customize your enchantments, one enchant at a time. And, even better, you can stuff every enchantment on the game that will fit into an item onto it. take some extra cobble. Because I don't actually know what this demon realm is going to look like. Maybe a little bit of classic alchemy is in order. Let's put that there. No particular reason. It's close enough to the water. I mean, we're going to somewhere that calls itself the Demon Realm. I think it's a pretty good bet that I'll want fire protection. You know, that thing I've been completely ignoring in the Nether. Grab a redstone for duration. And that'll do it. Here we go. Potions of fire resistance ready to go. Just in case there's some kind of advanced monster that can crawl out of here, as has been happening. It's not a very elegant door, but it's an effective one. And now, let's get this right underway. Ooh. That's not at all what I expected. All my ritual stones are gone. I thought I'd be able to recapture them and use them for stuff. Nope. Apparently I may not have those back. And now I just have this inversion pillar thing. Which it said was a portal, so... How to trigger? Oh, like that. Okay. So it's some kind of challenge dungeon dimension. Iron keys for the doors. Assorted low-grade loot. Let me just mark the exit. And now I know I don't need these beachhead blocks. I'm pretty sure this is just some life essence. Yeah. Buckets of blood, magic blood. I'm looking at demon stone pillars. All the torches are soul torches. So, I guess this is what we get to figure out Wednesday. As a first peek, I see they look like blazes, but they're also invisible. Definitely fire, though. So now I fail to care. They are blazes, they're just invisible. And there's a lot of them. Oh yeah, what am I doing? It's a blaze spawner. Of course they don't actually care about the light level. I'm gonna have to break this spawner if I want it to be quiet in here. Whoa, hello. It'll definitely make things more dangerous in here if we have Lycanite beasts happily spawning from all the fire that these monsters naturally cause. Oh, that's a cloud. Also, fascinating that there are ritual stones in here. And is this supposed to be water? It is water. Okay, we found tau fruit, saturated tau. That's what we came here for, really. I don't know about the leather caps. They can kind of stay. There's just void and space out there. So, Don't do that. Curious, though. I could reclaim some ritual stones in here. If I had my book, I could read up on what these rituals actually are. Also, the demon stone looks kinda cool. I mean, I know it's just vaguely cyan, but it's still not a bad color. Why is that black stone? Oh, is this part of the ritual? Oh, what's this? Did I not see this the whole time? Pumpkins, coal, carrots, more tau fruit. Can I grow tau fruit, or did it only come from here? More interesting questions. I think that blaze finally despawned. So there's no ritual stones over here. Rituals are typically symmetrical. I could still just steal a bunch of ritual stones from this place. But before I do anything of the kind, I want to know what ritual this is. Like, what is this setup supposed to be? Demon Eye. I guess that's just a light source. Like, what is this for? Is the cracked black stone indicative of the ritual stone decayed and no longer functions? If I go down, am I dead? Little bit. Little bit. So stealing these ritual stones is going to be hard. Unless I find some kind of item magnet. I would guess, based on the focus of earth and fire. Oh, dusk too. That throws my guess into question. Wait, why is this suddenly too heavy? I can dig the polish, but I can't dig the bricks unless I have obsidian level? Weird. But based on the symmetry, there's definitely more of these under there. Oh, and there's more over here. Another case of blackstone decay, I'm assuming. This is all earth and water. More earth and water. So I'm guessing that this one and that one are the same ritual, just a little broken down. And I believe the ritual in question is the ritual of the spring. And I think this is the Green Grove. So those are my guesses. This one just creates a block of water, a water source block on top of itself. And this one accelerates plants. Now, if I go back home again, does that destroy the portal, or do I come back to the same place here? Or do I go to a different demon dungeon? I don't know. And since this key opened up one, and I may as well open another. Another portal. Skeletons. More blaze nonsense. Oh no. Oh no. There are things. I have too many status effects and can't move. Things are going wrong here. I don't know why those skeletons are dying. I don't know where the Banshee came from or why it was here. Forget the music disc. Forget the cobblestone, I have more. So I'm now operating under the possibly misguided assumption that if I return home, this portal gets destroyed. Oh boy. Skeletons just being spawned over there constantly. I would like that to stop. We also have Lycanite things coming up from the lava, which is very bad. And absolutely needs to stop. Skeletons. Cease. This is... I can leave it. Apparently I was supposed to come in from this side. Oh, stained glass. I never would have seen that coming. More of that. An upgrade for later. Gold, food. I don't care enough about that. Anything up above? A little bit. A piece of demon will. More stuff to grab, especially arrows. Don't care enough about that. Probably should. Still don't. And there was also a chest down in the lava, which is made difficult by the problems that keep coming out of the lava. There's also a spawner in the lava, and another monster down there. You know what, let's try something absurd. If I take a bucket of blood and drop it on the lava, what happens? Absolutely nothing. It's useless. Dirt. Fire resistance is still strong. What even is that spawner? Blazes. Go away. Break the blaze spawner. The chest has more tau fruit, more gold. Blaze rod saddles. Yes. Just because of the saddles, I'm glad I came down here. Now I'm going to go ahead and seal this one up due to the lava. I've used my 2 keys. Got a bunch of stuff. Much of which is actually pretty darn good. Do I have a way to craft additional keys? Iron key. Yes, they're craftable. So maybe I can come back to this place specifically. Then again, maybe I can ignore the dungeon doors entirely and just blow through the walls with a suitably powerful pickaxe. Those are going to be questions for Wednesday. Right now I'm going to answer what happens when you go home. The pillar is still here, so I can still return. Alright, let's get our spoils put away. There is a lot to like about what I just brought back. These 2 saddles are going to be big. The pet armor, probably less so. This, I think, goes in the grinder. No, it goes in the alchemy table. That's right. I'll deal with that later. These upgrades go here. And now for the rest. None of these hoes are any good. But I can strip them for XP. Diamond hoe cannot be broken down, so it's just straight trash. The iron ones can be melted. We get a collection of, well, frankly, a lot of things. One of which was a brand new Banshee eye. Which I'll probably break down, because I can't see needing more than one of those. We got dirt, we got coarse dirt, which is garbage. All of the dirt, none of the functionality. Oops, don't do that. Bunch of dark oak. Too much dark oak, actually. I've got meats that should probably come downstairs because they're food related. Let's just bring all the food downstairs and make this a monster loot crate entirely. And use you too, apples. I don't know why the flowers are in here, but we'll just leave them in there for now. And hey, our first carrots. I knew it! I knew I'd get a Spriggan for trying to plant my first ever row of carrots. I'm just not allowed to have nice things. Now about these tau fruit, can they be planted? Dungeon delving, simple keys, they can be crafted. The antechamber. That's the first room, if you're lucky, a few keys, a bunch of doorways, the pillar to go home, decorative blocks. Any additional rooms will have some combination of loot, monsters, and unactivated rituals. Look for things! And also traps. Tau fruit can be found, after which it can be farmed. Its life cycle is a bit more complex. By default, it grows into tau fruit. However, if the plant matures while a mob is standing on it, it will damage that creature to try and create saturated tau. I don't know if I'd call that more complex or challenging. So the good news is I can plant some tau fruit. The bad news is it also wants me to plant tau fruit on the floor of some kind of creature farm. Some kind of creature farm that's got health and can take it. So not my chickens, because I need those. I'm going to have to make some more keys. I forgot to drop off the food downstairs while I had it. And pumpkin. I do have trash cans. I really should have built one of those by now. That's what we're going to do with these spare dark oak logs. Now I have a trash can and I can stop fussing about all the surplus nonsense and throwing stuff into my water and at the at the cacti. That trash can is not part of the pay-in set. It exists as a sanity check. Because if I didn't have an easy way to get rid of all this nonsense, I'd lose my damn mind. Anyway, we got the tau fruit, which means it's technically possible to get to the tier 4 blood altar, make some bloodstone bricks. Because the weak blood shards come from... oh. It has to be... that's why. It has to be saturated tau. So I'm going to have to make a reverter, which is a tier 3 slate, and those saturated tau will be ripped down into blood shards. That'll make us our bloodstone bricks, and then we can think about making a tier 4 blood altar. But that is going to be our challenge for Wednesday. That's going to do it for now, and I will see you next time. Don't forget, all past VODs go to YouTube, and I announce all streams on Discord before they happen. Though, lately I have not been giving very much of a time window. Still, notification is notification. Anyway, until next time.